So as you all know, Microsoft had their event. I think they also have the event today, still yesterday and today, and they introduced their new computers. So the introduction of new Microsoft Copilot plus PC and laptops and desktop computers outfitted with a new version of Microsoft Windows that contains its AI assistant Copilot baked into the very fabric of the operating system itself. Copilot, in turn, is powered by a range of underlying AI models, including the new GPT 4.0. Now, two things I want to mention here. First of all, this is a computer built with AI in mind first, which is pretty cool. So it's not a computer and then you put AI on top of that. No, the computer is built with AI in mind first. And you can do a few really cool things with that, which we'll look at in just a moment. And another thing I want to mention here is last week I talked about how GPT 4.0 will get a desktop app for Mac, but not for Windows. Well, now we know why. Because Windows is actually building computers with GPT 4.0 immediately integrated into it. This is why. Okay, so yeah. Copilot plus PC organize information like we do, based on relationships and associations unique to each of our individual experiences. This helps you remember things you may have forgotten, so you can find what you're looking for quickly and intuitively by simply using the cues you remember. And if anyone here is familiar with the AI application My Mind, I talked about My Mind in future past videos, that sounds a little bit like My Mind. So you browse through your computer, you do all kinds of stuff all day long, and then you think back, wait, on that web page, I want to go to this web page again. There was this one thing that had a book on it, a black book. What was the name of the web page? And you can just tell your AI, hey, there was this web page with a black book. What was it? Can you bring me back to that? And it will bring you back to that, which is pretty amazing. A program that records, of course, it's also sounding, and now we get into the a little bit sketchy sounding stuff, but I personally, as of now, don't think it's a big deal, and it's a little bit blown out of proportion. A program that records all your PC activity may sound Orwellian, dystopian, yeah, maybe kind of if you put it like this, or ill-advised. But in that same blog post, the company sought to quell concerns over privacy and security, stating that the data was stored entirely on your device. The data was stored in an encrypted format on the user's PC, would never be sent up to the cloud or the web, nor would it be used to train any Microsoft models. And you could also use this offline. You never need to connect it to the internet because the AI model is built into the computer. It's not from a cloud, it's built into the computer. But yes, they have encryption and safety measures in place. So I don't think this is a concern. There was a huge outcry of many people who are, oh no, Microsoft has no complete full surveillance over computer systems. If they do that, I don't think that's the case here, and this is nothing that concerns me really. What is a little bit concerning, though, and there they have a point, but this is just a trade-off that you get with modern technology, is when you scroll down here, this is a valid concern, in my opinion, and I lost my markings. Oh no, I lost the markings, then we need to find it. Where was it? Yes, here. So this is a valid concern. Some pointed out the risks of having even a copy of your PC activity stored on a device if the device was seized by an antagonistic party, say a government agency or security apparatus. Yeah, well, that's true. It is a security issue if you have everything stored on your computer and that is seized by a party that is ill-intended. But this is also true with every technological advancement that we have so far, right? This is true for when we shifted from purely fiat currency to having small plastic cards with which we pay. Now, if an antagonistic party has your small plastic cards, it's a safety concern, right? before you had your money at different places. It's also when we switch to a smartphone. You now have everything on your smartphone. So if somebody has your smartphone who is ill-intended toward you, it's a safety concern. So yes, while I understand this and it is an issue, for sure, it's a safety concern. You cannot deny that. It's also nothing that we haven't seen with different technological advancements in the past. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. But yes, it's for sure a valid concern, for sure. Yeah, even in a more benign case, losing your device or having it stolen, users express concerns that the sensitive information, such as passwords, could be accessed through the recall feature. Yes, but again, this is a safety concern, as I just mentioned, that we have with all new technological developments. I understand that concern, it's valid, but at the same time, it's the same concern that everybody could have had when we came up with smartphones. Nothing new in my opinion here. So while it's valid, I don't see the really big deal with that. Now let's look at, and I recommended him before, but I highly recommend him for anybody who wants to stay up to date with the latest AI news. Watch Matt Wolf. Matt Wolf, best YouTube channel when you really want to stay up to date with all the AI news that come out. Of course, I try to update you as well once a week, but he is really, really thorough with like everything that comes out. But yeah, let's watch him. He was at the Microsoft conference and he tested the feature. So let's look at that. This was pretty cool here.
What we're looking at here is the recall feature. We can actually go all the way to today. You can see an image I was messing with in Microsoft Paint using the new co-creator feature. And I can actually slide this and you can actually
and this is so cool. You can just slide this and see what you've done and where you've
see the actual iterations of my recording here or of my image here. I can slide this around and you can see each step I did when making this image. It's pretty crazy. And then I can go back to yesterday.
He can slide this through different days. I think this is pretty great. Obviously, yeah, the safety concerns are valid as we talked about, but still, man, this is freaking amazing.
I can see, who was actually working on this computer. Going back to May 9th, we can see this turtle that they generated using co-creator. Pretty cool image. But when I go all the way back, you can see what this image started as. And then let's say there's something that's in the memory that you don't want in the memory, like my silly little robot on the moon drawing here. I don't want this in the memory. I can just click this little delete button here, delete snapshot. This snapshot will be permanently deleted from your PC and can't be undone.
And this is also pretty great. If you have any things where you say, hey, this is sensitive, I don't want to store it, not even locally, then just delete it and it's gone.
I can delete this and now it is no longer going to be in my memory. All right, let's close out of recall.
It looks like Microsoft has really thought about the safety here. And of course, there are many cries, oh no, there's like surveillance 24/7 on my computer. I think Microsoft really has done a good job thinking about safety first here.
And let's take a peek inside of the new Copilot here. I was actually looking up just now how to actually record up my screen here so I could show this off. But if I come into Notebook, I can actually get a little bit of a demo of what it will be like to actually chat with the computer. I can just hit this microphone here. What is the most popular game on the planet? You click the submit button, it'll work.
Yeah, so this is basically how the Copilot will work on your computer. Your own local assistant on your computer that's with you all the time. And this is freaking amazing. I imagine myself like doing work, just writing a YouTube script. And then I don't know. And I say, hey, what could be a good visual that we could implement here? And my AI assistant will immediately tell me, or hey, have a look at the thumbnail. What do you think about it? Could we make the thumbnail any better or come up with title ideas? And he is immediately, I don't even need to talk a lot about what I've been doing because he is on my computer and knows exactly what I'm talking about. So I think this is pretty great.